Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. We're going to have a bit of a throwback Thursday, kind of Friday, and we're going to be looking at my hair journey. This will be from start to finish of my little virgin hair before I touched it with any sort of hair extensions or hair dye, and the finished product, which is what my hair is like now. So without further ado, let's get into that video. So the first one we're going to talk about is my natural hair from when I was about 12-13 years old. This photo will be someone around here, and it is a picture of me when I was on holiday in Zante with my naturally curly ringleted hair, sort of a mousy brown dirty blonde. This is before I had braces, before I touched my hair with anything, and yeah, it's just a curly mess. Not much to say about it. It was just super curly, super thick, and had a mind of its own, so I decided to dye it. So the first one, I couldn't actually find very many pictures, so excuse the ones I have found, but the first one I went with was a very dark brown. It was meant to be sort of a chestnutty brown, but my hair apparently soaks up dye quite a lot, so it went almost black. So I had that for quite a while. It kind of obviously grew out, went away through washing my hair repeatedly, because I'm not gross, and yeah, it started off dark brown, and throughout the year that I had it, it just got lighter and lighter and was slowly going back to my natural colour. I then decided to cut most of my hair off, so it was then sort of again back to the mousy brown dirty blonde, and it was sort of just past my chin length, still had the curls, still was really thick and delightful. There was a period of time where I decided to thin my hair out by myself. I don't have any pictures of that because it looked awful. I didn't use thinning scissors. I literally took the kitchen scissors and just cut chunks of my hair out to the root, and yeah, it looked pretty disgusting. I waited for that to grow back. It grew back quite patchy. My hair, even now, right at the back of my head where I did cut it, those bits of hair are still quite thin and quite straggly. So don't cut your hair at home, kids, because your hair turns to shit. So to basically make myself feel a little bit better, I dyed my hair red. It was a really dark cherry red. Most of the thickness came back in sort of the sides and the top of my hair, which kind of covered up the fact that I had massive gaps somewhere at the back of my head. But yeah, it was a really nice dark cherry red colour, and I had this for almost a year, when I was about 13-14. Then I decided that I wanted to be platinum blonde, and instead of going to the hairdressers and doing it properly, me and my mum decided to try and take me from a dark cherry red to platinum blonde in one evening, which did not go well. I used 2 boxes of Colour Before hair stripper, which turned my hair orange. We left it for about an hour and then we put the bleach on top. I will insert a picture because it was god awful. I had about 1/2 inch strip of cherry red by my roots, then another 2 inches of platinum blonde, and then the full body of my hair was Sainsbury's bag orange. It was disgusting. There was not a lot I could do about it. I basically had to leave it because the hairdressers that I went to said if I put any more hair dye on it, it will turn to chewing gum. So I was stuck with that hair for almost 6 months. After 6 months, they said I was allowed to put some dye on it just to cover up the orange. So I went back brown. It didn't stay like that for very long. The orange was very persistent and still is quite present in my hair now. My dad is naturally a redhead, so as much as he's sort of a grey/brown colour now, when he was my age he was a bright ginger kid, so my hair obviously loves being ginger. When I dyed it brown, it obviously faded, and I just had to keep redyeing it to try and hide the orange, because it wasn't ginger, it was orange. And my hair was just so damaged through all of the dyeing to try and hide it, that for my 16th birthday my mum took me to the hairdressers to basically try and fix my hair. I went to one of the local hairdressers in my town, and they essentially just cut all my hair off. I looked like a boy for a very, very long time. I'll try and find a picture, but my hair was ear length and I hated it. I cried and I cried and I cried, and yeah, I just hated it. The plan was to go and get extensions, but that didn't really work out as soon as planned. So I then worked a lot for my grandparents in the back garden, just moving wood, chopping brambles back, cutting the grass every day. I worked and did basically all the chores around my grandparents' house and earned myself enough money to buy my first set of extensions. I bought this off a website called Sarah's Hair Extensions. I dyed the extensions myself and I dyed my hair myself and I clipped them in. There's a picture of me and my fiance when we were about 16, almost 17, with my clip-in extensions. The colour matched really, really well, but obviously I am not a trained hair extensionist at all, so the clip-ins were put in really, really badly, and yeah, they're not good. I've still got them in my little bag of extensions, just for nostalgia's sake, but yeah, that was my first set of extensions and they look god awful. It was the plan that I'd wear them to college, and yeah, just no. So after that, my hair again obviously washed out all of the brown and started going ginger again. So again, I took to the hair dye at home and I dyed my hair essentially black in the hope that, well, black's a really hard colour to get rid of out of your hair, so I was kind of hoping that it would wash the ginger out. Again, I done it myself, it'll be somewhere here. I thought I did a really good job. At this point, my hair was sort of lower neck, start of my shoulders length. I cut it myself, I gave myself shaved sides, and I also gave myself an undercut, which basically consisted of me taking the razors that I used to shave my legs and I just took it to my head. I'll try and find a picture. I'm pretty sure I deleted all of them because that was a bad month. I don't know what went through my head when I thought it'd be okay to shave both sides of my head and underneath as well, but hey, great life choices. It grew out and I still wasn't happy with it. I kept obviously having to re-dye it, and I then had to have the ginger bits chopped off, all the fried ends chopped off. And in the end, I got my first job and I just gave up with trying to save my hair. So I went to Obsessive Hair, which is based in Basingstoke. It is run by Laura and then her friend Leanne, who does the colour and some of the extensions as well. They are two very lovely ladies. And I'll put up a comparison to what my hair looked like when I first went to them. It was just past my shoulders, but it was still very, very ginger with streaks of red and brown, and it was awful. And they ombre'd my hair. I went to a very, very dark, dark brown, and then it ombre'd into red. They were my first ever set of micro-link extensions and I loved them. My hair was about waist length. I'd never had hair that long before and I felt like a princess. This cost me, I think, £350. It was a lot of money. It still is, but I honestly loved it so much. I then went and dyed the bottoms at a hairdresser's. I went from red to bright bubblegum pink, but it was quite a dark pink, but it was really, really intense, which I also loved. And they were in for about, I think, a year and a half, coming up to 2 years. I had that when I got to about 18. Those extensions were pretty much dead. They'd lasted a year and a half. They done the job, but I wasn't quite ready to say goodbye to my hair yet. So I had another set put in. Again, I went for the ombre, but I wanted to be a little bit more natural this time because I was leaving college. I was going into a work placement in a care home, so I wanted to look a little bit more professional. So I got it ombre'd from brown to blonde. So all of the extensions were obviously blonde at the ends, which meant that no bleach went on my hair, which was brilliant. My hair was in such better condition in comparison to when I started. Most of the orange was going. My hair had lost all of its curls, that is the only downside. I mean, my hair is curly now, but that's because most of my extensions are curly from plaiting them last night. But yeah, I looked after my extensions really, really well, and they lasted probably another year, and then I got bored of them. I don't know why. My hair got to sort of just past my shoulders, and it was coming up to October. I know my other half didn't particularly like my extensions because they just got in the way. I then had just past my shoulder length hair for ages, and then I decided it'd be a really good idea to cut my hair again. And this time I decided I wanted a front fringe. Unfortunately, I have a thing called a cow slick, I think it is, where your hair growth naturally grows backwards rather than forwards. So people like me aren't built to have full block fringes, but I didn't care. So again, I took the scissors to it. After growing my hair out for all this time, I cut it. I'll insert a nice Snapchat filtered picture of me with my front fringe. I was feeling it at the time. I thought I looked banging, but it was it was pretty awful. I most of the time clipped it back because I could never straighten it enough to actually make it look good. So I just grew it out, and then obviously got my side part in like I've always had. And then after a period of time, I could still see that there was orange in my hair. It was just the tips, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna once and for all get rid of it. So I went to my hairdresser and I just said, if you can see orange in my hair, cut it out. And I didn't realise how much orange was in my hair. And I went from having shoulder length hair back to chin length hair in a matter of about 20 minutes. I was a little bit excited, obviously, because I'm now fully rid of the orange that has plagued me for the past 4 years, but I wasn't happy about having short hair again. I just don't think it suits me. I think I look like a bobblehead, so I went back to my lovely girls at Obsessive Hair and I said, can they sort me out some hair extensions without having to dye my hair this time? So they went with, I think, Russian Remy hair, which I think, as far as I know, is half obviously human hair and then half sort of fake hair, but it's because it's Remy, you can still use heat products on it and you can still style it and wash it and straighten it, and it's completely fine. They've got 4 different colours in my hair. I've got a strawberry blonde, a dirty blonde, brown, and then sort of an auburny brown. I've got so many different colours in my hair that they just put about 3 or 4 packs of different ones in my hair just so it looked a little bit more natural. And yeah, I love them. I'm just waiting for my hair to grow out, honestly. I'm not the biggest fan of extensions anymore. I mean, I love having the length and everything, but I just wish my hair would hurry up and grow so I can take them out, because they are a lot of upkeep. At the moment my hair is not in the best way. I definitely need to wash it this week, and I need my links pushing back up to my roots so they are a little bit straggly. And maintenance is costing about £50 every 6 to 8 weeks, which isn't too bad. It's a lot of effort and it's just a lot of upkeep and it's a lot of money, and I just can't wait to get rid of them so I can just have normal length hair that is mine and just be really natural and not have to worry that my extension clips are showing, and I can wash my hair more than once a week. I know it's gross, but I'm not allowed to wash them more than that. So yeah, that is my very short but very orange hair journey. Thank you guys again for watching. If you'd like to see more of me, hit that subscribe button down below, and if you'd like to see any more sort of hair care or hairstyling videos, then leave me a comment or like as well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.